Hey everybody, it's Rob here. We just finished the Diablo 4 Dev Campfire Chat and there are a couple of upgrades here. Amazing stuff. We are finally getting a bug fix to the Twister glyph. Group play in pits will now reward 100% materials. There are a bunch of changes to uniques. We even have a change to the grandfather here. You can see the new grandpapa. We will get the full patch notes in a bit, so I will make a follow-up video with all the new Uber uniques. But yeah, they are looking pretty strong. And they also buffed a bunch of the existing uniques for the Barbarian and for all the other classes as well. So main thing is here, generic updates. The pit boss damage has been reduced by 66% across the board. Group play in pits is gonna be now 100% of the rewards. And well, we already have the bosses being able to completely respawn just the way that you want. And they're doing several bug fixes here. The shielding storm is gonna, for the Necromancer, is gonna work with the max HP. So this is looking tremendously, very good buff here for the Necro's toughness. Barb Twister glyph is finally getting addressed. That's been a big W. We have a bunch of stuff here for the Barb. Some of the core skills, because they are nerfing the key passive, as we have already covered in previous videos, but they are buffing a bunch of the core skills here of the Barb. So we are getting a buff to the Hoda Quake, another 1.2 and double this damage against bosses. We are getting stuff for every class. We are getting the Upheaval Hellhammer. Now looks like this. Upheaval is gonna give another 15% damage buff. And we also gonna have a new Hellhammer here that's gonna have a multiplicative bonus for the burning damage. And keep in mind, you can boost this with more AoE, and this is just gonna be tremendously strong. Sorc is going to get a bunch of changes here. In general, it wasn't powerful enough, so they are buffing core and mastery skill for the Sorc. We're going to redo the tier list later on, and this is all going to be very positive here for most classes but the Barb. We're getting multiple defensive buffs. Iron, Ice Armor, Base Shield is going to get increased. Snow Veil Aspect is going to go up. We have the Druid here, where they are buffing the key passive. Seismic Shift is getting a buff. You guys can see all these amazing changes here. Yeah, Hellhammer is potentially very good build. We'll see. Rogue in general is in a pretty good spot. It's not getting all too many changes, but overall it's still looking pretty strong. There's been a lot of the uniques here that have been reworked as well. Wind Force is no longer knocking back. We have Rogue in general also benefiting from the extra main stat scaling. So all this has basically been confirmed, guys. The main stat is gonna scale better for Druids, for Sorc, and for Necromancer, and it's going to scale decent for Rogue. Barb is just going to stay about the same here, but still very strong. And then we have all the uniques in the game that get updated, and they only showed 3 uniques each class, but the patch notes here are dropping in a couple of minutes, probably in like half an hour from me publishing this video. So there's going to be a lot of new changes with the full patch notes, and then we'll dive deep and we'll get to see all these stuff. But in general, the uniques have all been changed to have more inherent stats. They want us to play 3 to 4 uniques per build. They have broken like most of the rules here with the new uniques, and a much higher potential in comparison to normal items. And they showed a couple of them here. So it looks like on boots in general, they are always getting double implicit. So you can see this is as the Penitent Griefs. You have double implicit, so evade grants movement speed, and also evade basically makes you move through the monster with being unstoppable. We have movement speed buffs, 25% X on these Penitent Griefs, so looking very strong here with those boots. And you guys can see here, like in comparison to the old ones, you're getting a bunch of damage, you're getting a bunch of new affixes here, chill, potency, and this is basically throughout the boards. This is the Fist of Fate, we have already previewed this, but this basically is the case. Where we are getting 50% lucky. Then keep in mind, once we masterwork this, this is actually going to be more than 100% Fist of Fate lucky hit. And all the stats can roll minimum to maximum. So this is going to be, if you are lucky, one of the best in slot gloves potentially. Yeah, then we have the grandfather here. We've seen this already. 150 all stats, 300% damage. It also gives you maximum fury now, which you can masterwork again. If you get a greater Athic, it becomes 30, and then if you triple crit it, it actually becomes 54 max fury here, for your barb builds, and yeah, that's looking pretty strong. And then there's a bunch of like other like generic updates that they showed us here. Fields of Crimson, Gloves of the Illuminati. They showed some cool sorcerer stuff where Fireball is looking extremely strong. They showed some buffs here for the Necromancer with the Creeping Mist. Basically, it gives you evade charges now whenever you use this. So you can basically perma evade on a Necromancer. We'll see where we're gonna like land with all this balance stuff, but it's looking freaking amazing. Like, look at this guy, like he just evades through the enemies, and he can just keep evading after he uses Blood Mist and picking up these small orbs there. So that's been really crazy. And yeah, this is the core stats updates that they already talked about before. So this is the new scaling. This is all basically came out to be true. So Barbarian is getting 1% more damage per 10 main stat. And the other classes, like Rogue, is getting 1% per 9. And Sorc, Druid, Necromancer is getting 1% damage per 8 core stats. So huge buffs overall throughout the board. And just a really cool developer stream here. They also showed us a bunch of stuff here for the world bosses. The world bosses basically have resilience now, where they have extra damage reduction so they don't die instantly. They also showcased a bunch of buffs for the Infernal Hordes. I'm going to make another video going into all the details there, but what you need to know is basically the mind cages in the Helltides are stacking up to 3. You are getting instant boss respawns. The bosses now drop, like when you're killing Varshan, you're going to get 5 times the materials for Duriel. They finally did this, and you can instantly respawn the bosses. You can stack the Profane Mind Cages up to 3 times, so you can fight level 30 monsters, and you're also getting more XP for those Mind Cages that you stack up. So just a bunch of cool stuff. I want to see if I can find this. So yeah, here you might have already seen this in the previous one. So you're basically killing Duriel, and then this thing just respawns. And you can just spawn him again and kill him all over again. So yeah, man, this is gonna save you 2 loading screens. And again, you're gonna get X, like if you are doing Varshan, Varshan now only costs 1 material. And once you kill him, you're gonna get 1 material for the Varshan mats, and it's also gonna only cost 1 Stygian stone. I think they also talked about it in here, like 1 Stygian stone per monster. Here. This is so insane, man. Like, tormented bosses in general drop 5 times as many boss mats as normal bosses, and it only requires 1 Stygian stone, plus all tormented bosses have an even better chance of dropping a mythic item now. I'm not sure what the chance is, but as you know, it's already been 10% in the previous patch, because we had 2% on normal bosses, 10% on, or 5 times 2% on the mythic, on the uber bosses, on the tormented ones. And it's probably going to be even higher. So I can't wait to see the rest of these uber uniques here. We've seen the Shaco, 20% cooldown, Master Rocket to 54, and we've seen the Grandfather here. Again, you can probably have like 400 to all stats or whatever you want, basically. I can't wait to see Tyrell's Might, Starless Sky, and all the other generic uniques. But yeah, patch notes are dropping here soon, guys. This was just a quick recap. If you missed the dev stream, I'm going to link the full dev stream with all the changes below, and also the patch notes, and we're going to make detailed videos about all the Uber uniques and about all the changes. I hope you enjoyed the video, my friends. I'm starting to get hyped for Season 5. We got some juicy stuff for the Barbers, so we're going to try Upheaval, Whirlwind, Twister Glyph. We're also going to try a Hoda, double damage against bosses. It's going to be fun, guys. Hope you enjoyed the overview, and I will see you with the next video here very soon. GG. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.